Assumption in a boy-girl doubleheader. The girls will face off here first, tip off shortly after 6 o'clock, as the Assumption Knights have traveled to Muscatine. And we're going to be right back with our starting lineups. We're going to take a 60-second break and be back with your starting lineups on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
You know Rivo as expert plumbers, but did you know Rivo can also be your one source for complete bathroom and kitchen remodels? With professional craftsmen doing the job for more than 30 years, experienced in tile, carpentry, and of course plumbing, Rivo can transform a dreary basement into an elegant bathroom and upgrade a worn-out kitchen using inspirational design and quality brands. Before you stand in line at a big box store, call Rivo Incorporated and see how a hometown professional can refresh and improve your home.
At First National Bank, we strive to provide the best customer service both in person and online. Our mobile wallet offers you great features within our mobile app: card controls, alerts, digital receipts. Mobile wallet is a free feature in our mobile app. Check it out today.
Almost like it knows when you can least afford.
Another clogged drain?
Lucky for you, Rivo is always standing by. With multiple master plumbers on staff, Rivo not only handles your home-related issues, Rivo will also diagnose and design large-scale commercial piping systems. Family-owned, reliably honest, remarkably affordable. Complete kitchen and bath home improvement technicians. Because Rivo won't rest until your plumbing problem.
And welcome back to the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. Joel Krausar on the call. It's a boy-girl doubleheader tonight here at Muscatine High School as the Muskies host Davenport Assumption. We're about 5 minutes away from the starting lineups here at Muscatine, as the girls will host the Assumption Knights here first. Both teams 5-6 coming into the ball game. It's been a little bit of a sporadic competition schedule the last couple of nights. We've had some weather cancellations. Last night, the Muskie girls fell to Davenport North in a heartbreaker, 39-41. And on the 15th, that was the last time that this Assumption girls basketball team played. They defeated Clinton, and it was a unique game. 44-7, looked similar to a football score as these Lady Knights head coach Jake Tim and company got the defensive game plan going from their last time out against Clinton and had a big victory there. So they are 5-6. The Muskies are 5-6. Assumption is led by sophomore guard Ava Schubert at 14 points per game. Maddie Locken, a junior, with 7 points per game. Ava Schubert also leading in rebounds with 7.8 rebounds per game. And Anna Wohlers, the senior, with 5 rebounds per game. Assist-wise, Dawson Dorsey leading the way for the Knights with 3.5 assists per game. Zoe Long, the senior guard for the Muskies, 11.3 points per game, a 39.5% free three-point shooter. And Maddie Peterson, the senior, having a strong year as well, 9.6 points per game, almost 50% field goal percentage, and she's also shooting 37.5% from behind the line. We started to see the resurgence of Alicia Garcia, the future UNI Panther, who's still recovering from an injury. A couple years ago, she missed her entire junior season, but has come on late to have some skills, and we're starting to see the Alicia of old, and hopefully that can continue for the Muskies moving forward through this game. Our starting lineups for Davenport Assumption: number 10, Katie Anderson, the senior guard; number 22, Anna Wohlers, the senior forward; Olivia Wardlow, another senior on this team, starting; Maddie Nige, the freshman forward, starting; and then Dawson Dorsey starting tonight, the junior guard. So Ava Schubert is not in the starting lineup tonight. So I don't know if that is an injury situation or what have you, but she is not in the starting lineup, and she is the leading scorer for this Davenport Assumption team. Susan Orvis and the Muscatine Muskies coming in 5-6 this evening, looking to rebound off of a tough loss last night. And it's a quick turnaround, but sometimes that's just what the doctor ordered, as that is easy to forget and easy to move on when you don't have to go sulk in practice. You can just get back out and compete. The starting lineups for the Muskie girls: number 4, Zoe Long, the senior guard, along with number 15, Grace Bodie, junior guard. Number 22, Emma Zillig, another senior, 5'9", in the starting lineup, along with senior guard Riley Moss, the 5'6", defensive powerhouse. And then Maddie Peterson, the 6-foot senior, starting at the forward position for the Muskies. So those are your starting lineups presented by Discover Muscatine and Pearl City Media, your proud broadcasters of Muskie Athletics. Not just Muskie Athletics, all things Muscatine. Remember to download the Discover Muscatine app to get access to exclusive Muscatine content, more content than anywhere else in Muscatine, like sports broadcasts, Muscatine Today with Ashley Lovelace, local news, and Muscatine living content from contributors like Tony Tone, the Muscatine Ministerial Association, Jacob Bauer, and more. Don't forget, you can download that app in your Apple store or your Android and Google Play store. I've got it on my phone. I love it. I get alerts whenever we go live. Of course, I'm usually here on the broadcast team, but it's nice to see. Last week there is the Peyton's Pantry broadcast that they brought to you. Fantastic work in our community to help a worthy cause. We're going to take another quick 60-second break, and we'll be back with the Muscatine scorers table, and Roger Bates will bring you the actual starting lineups on the floor, the national anthem, and then we are just minutes away from tip-off.
There's no place like home, and Eastern Iowa Community Colleges is our hometown college. With the security we need to explore, learn, and grow, it's the smart choice, always delivering quality, affordability, and flexibility, because now, more than ever, there's no place like home, and there's no place like Eastern Iowa Community Colleges, the community's college.
We are back here at Muscatine High School, Muscatine Community Gymnasium. A busy night. We've had already some underclassmen teams play tonight on both the boys and girls side. Again, fantastic to have the Van Heck Center just across the street where other teams can play in these curtain raiser games. But it's boy-girl doubleheader action here as the Muscatine Muskies host Davenport Assumption. We're about just a few seconds away from tip here in the Muscatine Muskie girls game. And then we will have the boys game immediately to follow. I'm excited to see the Assumption boys team. We'll talk a little bit more about them between games. One of the better players in the state of Iowa, Marion Ellis for Davenport Assumption, heading to Shaka Smart at the University of Texas down in Austin. Another one that's leaving the state, fighting his way into Big 12. He'll get a chance to play in Ames as a member of the Texas Longhorns. But we'll focus on that a little bit later. Right now, we've got MAC Conference girls action as we're going to keep it right here. We'll rise for the national anthem. And it's tip-off time here on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network, brought to you by Rivo Plumbing and Heating, Eastern Iowa Community College, and Bear of Muscatine. Also supported by Riots and Rebels Salon, Toyota of Muscatine, Bickford Senior Living of Muscatine, River Rehab Physical Therapy, and Lutheran Living Senior Campus. And don't forget to visit your local Hy-Vees here in Muscatine, always supporting Muskie athletics and activities throughout our community. As we are ready for tip here, the Lady Knights in black, the Muskies in the home white uniforms, as Maddie Peterson prepares to tip off with Dawson Dorsey. As the Muskies will control the tip, it's Zoe Long bringing it up the floor for the Muskies, setting up the half court. Long gets the screen from Peterson. Deflected as Anna Wohlers sees the slashing Peterson on the roll and was able to get back and defend, as Muscatine will now inbound underneath their own basket. Back to Long in the corner. Now here's Bodie. Assumption extending their defense, and they're calling a hand check early. That's a good sign for the Muskies, as that's what Assumption wants to do, is they want to be aggressive in their person-to-person defense, and that's an early foul on Katie Anderson. Now Grace Bodie back to Zoe Long. Long will now get it over to Zillig. Good ball movement by the Muskies. They find Peterson in the post. She's doubled. She kicks it back out to Long. Long jumper, no good. Rebound, though, is now secured by Assumption. And Olivia Wardlow now finds Dawson Dorsey. Back to Wohlers, to Wardlow. Now spacing from this Assumption team, trying to create some opportunities offensively. Dawson Dorsey at the top of the key. She'll drive, scoop shot up, no good. Rebound by Wohlers. The putback is good. A second chance opportunity there for Assumption, as Anna Wohlers with the offensive rebound and the putback. Now Long will set the Muskie offense. Another foul, it sounds like, underneath. That's 2 fouls now on Anderson. So 2 quick fouls in the first minute and 50 seconds of the first quarter. And that will cause some substitutions. As Bodie gets it back to Long. Now Riley Moss back to Zillig. Muscatine weaving around the top of the key. There's Moss. And that pass is intercepted by Dawson Dorsey. Now she goes right to the rim, and she'll get the hoop in the harm. That's a foul on Riley Moss. And Dorsey will have a chance for the three-point play. Maddie Locken will now check into the game for Assumption. Dorsey free throw, no good. Rebound by Peterson. Excellent block out by Maddie Peterson. And Zoe Long pushes the offense. To Moss, back to Zillig, back to Moss. Long trying to find Peterson, but well defended. Skip pass over to Bodie. Muscatine works the ball around the perimeter. Just under 5.5 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Skip pass out of the post from Peterson. Now Long drives, That shot is up and good. So there's a three-point opportunity now for the Muskies. As Zoe Long will go to the free throw line. That foul is on Locken. And Long with the free throw. Dorsey will bring it up for the Knights. It's to Wohlers. He now gets it to Dorsey. Dorsey with a fadeaway, no good. Now rebound Moss. Zoe Long will bring it up for the Muskies. Now Grace Bodie slashes to the hoop, and that's in for two. Great drive off of the screen for Grace Bodie. And the Muskies take the lead. Another foul called here. That's going to be on the floor, though. No shot. And that's going to be on Zoe Long, her first foul. Ball's deflected by Emma Zillig. And I think the Muscatine faithful really have an argument there. That was right in front of us. It did look like it went off the Assumption player after the Zillig deflection. Wohlers skips it over to Dorsey. Excuse me, that's Locken with the drive. Locken able to get to the rim. Now Zillig finds Bodie. Grace Bodie gets it to Riley Moss. Into Peterson. Back to Zillig at the top of the key. Here's Zoe Long off the curl. Runner up and good. Muscatine finding some success coming off the screens and getting into the lane. Their last two possessions, they've been able to successfully do that. Grace Bodie with the steal. And it's going to go out of bounds, but a fantastic defensive play from Grace Bodie there, as Jesse Wardlow checks into the ball game now for the Knights. Jake Tim assisted by Trevor Fenley, Sam Johansson, and Brian Klosterman. And Coach Susan Orvis for the Muskies, assisted by Scott Morrell and Emily Wieskamp. Dorsey with a shot fake. She crosses over now. Good defense from Zillig, but a fantastic drive from Dawson Dorsey. Long brings it up for the Muskies. Good ball movement for Muscatine. Zillig at the top of the key. And a foul now. That's on Dorsey, I believe. So that will be the first foul on Dawson Dorsey. One foul now. There's 4 team fouls on the Knights. So we could have a situation where free throws become a factor here in the first half, as Maddie Peterson gets it over to Bodie. Back to Peterson. Gets in the corner. Now Zoe Long is called for the travel. 1 point ball game as Assumption leads 8-7. We've got a 30-second timeout. We'll leave it right here. Discover Muscatine Sports Network, proudly supported by First National Bank of Muscatine. $25 donation goes to the Muskie Booster Club with every three-pointer, courtesy of First National Bank of Muscatine, Rivo Plumbing and Heating, along with CBI Bank and Trust, and Lutheran Living Senior Campus, bringing you Muskie basketball all season long. We have a boy-girl doubleheader tonight. The boys game following immediately after this game. And then next week on Tuesday, the girls will be back here on Tuesday night with a game. And then we have a dual wrestling meet on Thursday, February 4th, and then a boys basketball game against Central DeWitt on Friday. February 5th. So busy schedule as the winter sports, knock on wood, continue to trudge forward here. And hopefully we can avoid the big snowstorm this weekend, but who knows. We're back underway. Dawson Dorsey gets it over to Wardlow, excuse me. Jesse Wardlow, defended by Grace Bodie. That's tipped into the backcourt, and Dorsey goes to get it. She's defended by Riley Moss. Olivia Wardlow skips it to Jesse Wardlow, and that is stolen from Riley Moss. And now the Muskies look to turn the tables and take the lead. Zillig at the top of the key. DeLong in the corner. She's able to dribble out and get it to Zillig. Screen from Zillig. Riley, that's Grace Bodie in the corner. She'll drive. Loose ball, scrambled, picked up by Moss. Both teams really amplifying their defensive efforts the last few possessions. 1:30 to go here in the first quarter. Interior pass to Peterson, who gets it back out of the double team. Long finds her again, fantastic pass, and an easy bucket. Senior to senior, Long to Peterson. Olivia Wardlow in the corner, across to Dorsey. Active hands by the Muskies create another turnover as Grace Bodie will bring it up the floor. That's the third steal in the last 5 possessions for the Muskies. As Zoe Long has it in the corner. Peterson finds it Long. Back to Zillig. Muscatine continuing to find holes in that man-to-man defense. Zillig for 3, no good. Back tapped by Peterson. Bodie finds the rebound, and it's a blocked shot, so it will be Muskie ball. .9 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Long for 3, no good. Rebound by Assumption as Maddie Locken brings it down, and she gives it to Dorsey, who brings it up the floor. Dorsey finds Locken in the corner for 3, no good. Long. Rebound though, Jesse Wardlow. And that's going to be time. And that's the end of the first quarter. Muskies lead 9-8. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more Muskie basketball on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
You know Rivo as expert plumbers, but did you know Rivo can also be your one source for complete bathroom and kitchen remodels? With professional craftsmen doing the job for more than 30 years, experienced in tile, carpentry, and of course plumbing, Rivo can transform a dreary basement into an elegant bathroom and upgrade a worn-out kitchen using inspirational design and quality brands. Before you stand in line at a big box store, call Rivo Incorporated and see how a hometown professional can refresh and improve your home. Almost like it knows when you can least afford.
Another clogged drain?
Lucky for you, Rivo is always standing by. With multiple master plumbers on staff, Rivo not only handles your home-related issues, Rivo will also diagnose and design large-scale commercial piping systems. Family-owned, reliably honest, remarkably affordable. Complete kitchen and bath home improvement technicians. Because Rivo won't rest until your plumbing problems.
And we are back at Muscatine High School boy-girl doubleheader. We're in game 1 as the Muskies lead after 1 quarter, 9-8, and a steal by Zoe Long. And she draws the foul, and that will send Long to the free throw line. Defense has been the word of the day, as both teams have really played outstanding defense, but Muscatine doing a nice job getting into active passing lanes and creating turnovers, and Long misses the first free throw. A second free throw is good by Long. On the floor for the Muskies is Long, Bodie, Zillig, Moss, and Peterson. Shot fake by the Knights. Dawson Dorsey there at the high post. She's able to pivot. Almost was a travel. But a nice move there from the junior. Maddie Peterson with the drive. She draws they are calling her for the offensive foul. I was shielded. I didn't see whether the feet were set, but that will wipe off the bucket, and that will be the first foul on the senior Peterson. And we're all tied at 10 here with a minute off the clock here in the second quarter. Now the Knights will work the ball around. Muscatine going to a zone look here. Wardlow, Jess Wardlow gets it into Dorsey. Now over to Nige. Three ball from Anderson is good. She picked 2 early fouls up in the first quarter. Finally seeing some action back in the game and hits a big three to take a 3-point lead for the Knights. Zoe Long works the ball over to Zillig. Zillig to Moss. Now Grace Bodie. Muscatine working the ball side to side, trying to move that Assumption defense to free up a look. There's a three-pointer. No good. And that's rebounded by Wohlers. And here's Jessie Wardlow with the offensive push. Into Dorsey. That's going to be a foul on Peterson. That's the second on Maddie. Now we're going to see Avery Eagle check into the ball game for the Muskies as Peterson will go to the bench with 2 fouls. Maddie Locken now into the game again for the Knights. Wardlow to Anderson, back to Wardlow. To Nige. To Anderson. And that's Olivia Wardlow with the drive and the finish. Her first bucket as Avery Eagle gets the rim run. Shot up, no good. Rebound by Zillig. And she looks to reset that Muskie offense. Now Bodie brings it over to the left wing. Good take by Zillig, but unable to finish. Rebound by Locken. And here come the Knights. Locken to Anderson. Ooh, almost an errant pass. Secured by Wardlow. Back to Anderson. Now Anderson looking for the cutter. Muscatine in that 3-2 zone. Olivia Wardlow in the corner. And there's Grace Bodie with the steal, or getting in the passing lane. But Jessie Wardlow able to track it down. Almost a 10-second call there off the tip. Now Anderson back to Wardlow. Working it around are the Knights. Again, this is Mississippi Athletic Conference basketball action presented by Pearl City Media and the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. Baseline jumper up, no good. Rebound, Eagle. And here come the Muskies. There's Grace Bodie in the corner. Now back to Moss. Zoe Long drives. That shot's up, no good, but she is fouled. That's the 6th team foul now on the Knights. The Muskies will be in the 1-on-1 bonus for the rest of this half, as Zoe Long will go to the free throw line. It's a 63.6% free throw shooter on the season. First free throw is good. Now, substitutions coming in for Assumption. And the second free throw is good from Long. Dawson Dorsey almost traveled. She gets it to Maddie Nige. Nige back to Olivia Wardlow. Inside, that's Locken, I believe. No, excuse me, that's Anna Wohlers. They're going to call a foul on Avery Eagle. Was not a popular call, as it appeared the Eagle had maintained her verticality and that Wohlers initiated the contact, as Wohlers makes the first free throw. Revo Plumbing and Heating bringing you Muskie basketball along with First National Bank of Muscatine, as the second free throw is good. It's a 4-point ball game now, 5-point ball game now. 17-12 is the lead for Assumption. Jump ball situation there, and that will be Muskie ball. Good active hands there from Nige for Assumption, as Eagle was unable to secure the catch. Both teams proving you have to really protect the basketball, as their defense has been first rate this evening. 3-point from Zillig. Bank from First National Bank of Muscatine, a 3-point basket. As the Knights work the ball around the top. Wohlers with a fantastic baseline move. Able to get the reverse layup. And now Moss on the attack for the Muskies. We hope you enjoy this Discover Muscatine broadcast. Remember, you can go to our YouTube channels and you can watch games from previous seasons and even earlier this year, whether it's football, swimming, bowling, all sorts of action brought to you here on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network, as that is a travel against Riley Moss and the Muskies. So another unforced error for Coach Susan Orvis and the Muskies. I'm sure that will be a point of contention for both coaching staffs as we get close to halftime here. Halftime show presented by Bear of Muscatine, as Riley Moss defends Dawson Dorsey. Dorsey tries to cross over. Good defense from Moss. As Nige to lock in inside the Wohlers. Wohlers doing work on the post right now. Really good interior passing from the Assumption perimeter players. Now Zoe Long on the wing. We're under a minute to play here in the first half. That three from Zoe Long is good. Another First National Bank of Muscatine three-pointer. Again, $25 go to the Muskie Athletic Department with every three-pointer in the boys and girls games made by the Muskies. Scott Ingstead and folks at First National Bank, longtime supporters of Muskie Athletics. Under 30 seconds to go here. That shot no good. Grace Bodie with the rebound. Gets it to Long. She's going to drive. That is up and no good. Rebound by Locken. And we're under 10 to see if the Knights play for the last shot here. Dawson looking to drive, but Bodie with the help. And now Riley Moss. And that's going to be the end of the first half. As the Muskies trail by 3, we're going to take a break. We'll be back in 2 minutes with halftime presented by Bear of Muscatine.
There's no place like home, and Eastern Iowa Community Colleges is our hometown college. With the security we need to explore, learn, and grow, it's the smart choice, always delivering quality, affordability, and flexibility. Because now, more than ever, there's no place like home, and there's no place like Eastern Iowa Community Colleges, the community's college.
You know Rivo as expert plumbers, but did you know Rivo can also be your one source for complete bathroom and kitchen remodels? With professional craftsmen doing the job for more than 30 years, experienced in tile, carpentry, and of course plumbing, Rivo can transform a dreary basement into an elegant bathroom and upgrade a worn-out kitchen using inspirational design and quality brands. Before you stand in line at a big box store, call Rivo Incorporated and see how a hometown professional can refresh and improve your home.
At First National Bank, we strive to provide the best customer service both in person and online. Our mobile wallet offers you great features within our mobile app: card controls, alerts, digital receipts. Mobile wallet is a free feature in our mobile app. Check it out today.
Almost like it knows when you can least afford.
Another clogged drain?
Lucky for you, Rivo is always standing by. With multiple master plumbers on staff, Rivo not only handles your home-related issues, Rivo will also diagnose and design large-scale commercial piping systems. Family-owned, reliably honest, remarkably affordable. Complete kitchen and bath home improvement technicians. Because Rivo won't rest until your plumbing problems are gone.
And we are back at Muscatine High School. It's halftime presented by Bear of Muscatine as the Muscatine Muskies trail 21-18. I'm going to step aside for a second and just let you watch the Muscatine dance team as they perform here at halftime. Fantastic job by the Muskie dance team as they perform their halftime show. And they get double dipped tonight as well. They've got a halftime of the boys game, which immediately follows this game as the Muscatine Muskies trail Assumption in this girls Mississippi Athletic Conference ball game 21-18. Again, it's really been a huge defensive effort from both teams. The offensive points have come, but a lot of them have come off of defensive opportunities. Muscatine with 5 steals in the first half, 3 of which coming from Grace Bodie. Just good on-the-ball defense and what we expected between these two teams, both teams 5 and 6 coming into this game. You look at the stat sheet, very similar in offensive output and defensive production. So we knew this game would be close, and right now it's coming down to just a one-possession ball game. Fouls are an issue, though. Kate Anderson for the Knights with 2 early fouls. So she is in a position where she's got to be careful moving forward. She did come in and hit a big 3-point bucket for the Knights in the second quarter. And the Muskies, really what's been impressive is every time that the Muskies have gotten the ball inside to Maddie Peterson, the Knights have crashed around with a double team. And while Peterson's been able to pass out and find an open shooter, Assumption's team defense has been outstanding of scrambling and covering those shooters. So coming out of the double teams, no easy buckets for the Muskies. And subsequently on the other end, it's been Anna Wohlers who has really come on strong for the Knights here in the second quarter, working her way in the post and getting some big points. 8 first-half points for Anna Wohlers and the Assumption Knights, but Zoe Long has been the leading force for the Muskies. She averages 11 points per game. She had 11 points in the first half here tonight. So the Muskies will look to the senior to put this team to get their offensive going here as the second half gets underway. We're going to take another break on this Bear of Muscatine halftime show, and we'll be back with more hoops on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
There's no place like home, and Eastern Iowa Community Colleges is our hometown college. With the security we need to explore, learn, and grow, it's the smart choice, always delivering quality, affordability, and flexibility. Because now, more than ever, there's no place like home, and there's no place like Eastern Iowa Community Colleges, the community's college.
You know Rivo as expert plumbers, but did you know Rivo can also be your one source for complete bathroom and kitchen remodels? With professional craftsmen doing the job for more than 30 years, experienced in tile, carpentry, and of course plumbing, Rivo can transform a dreary basement into an elegant bathroom and upgrade a worn-out kitchen using inspirational design and quality brands. Before you stand in line at a big box store, call Rivo Incorporated and see how a hometown professional can refresh and improve your home.
And we are back on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. Joel Krausar on the call. It is halftime of the Muscatine-Muskie girls game as the Muskies trail Davenport Assumption 21-18. Again, both teams 5-6 coming in, looking to get to that 500 mark on the season. And this is always a good competition when these two teams come together and play. We're just 2.5 minutes away here from the second half. We mentioned Zoe Long, the leading scorer for the Muskie girls. We have the boys game coming up here. We have the boys coming up here after this game, as Assumption will come to play here. And again, Amarion Ellis, the former Davenport Central Blue Devil and future Texas Longhorn in his first season as his senior season with Assumption. So we're looking forward to that game. But right now we have a really competitive matchup here on this girls' docket. Lots of collegiate basketball players and other athletes on the floor tonight as well. Zoe Long with 11 points. She'll be heading to Wartburg next year to play basketball. And then Maddie Peterson, one of the other top scorers for the Muskies, just 2 points and 2 early fouls for the senior. She's heading to the University of Dubuque next year to play hoops. We're just trying to keep our eye on any injuries or foul situations as they come up here in the second half as well. Again, always make sure to download your Discover Muscatine app on the Apple or Android Google Play Store to get free access and more exclusive Muscatine content. Again, Discover Muscatine and Pearl City Media, your only locally owned and operated media entity here in Muscatine. Live Muskie sports broadcasts all season long, along with Muscatine Today with Ashley Lovelace. Local news and Muscatine living content from contributors like Tony Tone, the Muscatine Ministerial Association, Jacob Bauer, and more. And remember, if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit the bell and subscribe and get alerts whenever we go live. You can also see the entire Muskie Sports broadcast schedule on the Discover Muscatine Facebook page under events, or also on discovermuscatine.com. And don't forget to check it out when you open up that Discover Muscatine newspaper to get your Fairway or Hy-Vee ads. You can also see the broadcast schedule in the print publication as well. Joel Krausar here as we get ready for the second half, as Muscatine will start. Assumption will start with the ball here in the second half. Starting lineups for the second half for the Muskies. Long, Bodie, Zillig, Moss, and Peterson, the starting five. For Assumption, it's their starting five as well. Here's Dawson Dorsey as she will bring it up the floor. Dorsey drives, gets it back to Wohlers. Wohlers with the jumper, no good. Rebound by Bodie. And now Zoe Long sets up this Muskie offense. High post give, little handoff play. Now Long for three. Just short, rebound by Wohlers. Now Dawson will bring it up. Anderson on the wing, trying to find Nige in the post. Here's Warford. That's over to Locken. Excuse me, that's Wohlers. Now to Dorsey. Dorsey with the drive. They're going to call a blocking foul. And that foul is going to go on Riley Moss, her second foul. Back to Anderson. Anderson finds Dorsey in the post. They're calling another foul here on Moss. She was battling for position. Dorsey left her feet. And just an unfortunate situation there. It looks like Dorsey is okay. We got a timeout. Coach Susan Orvis has called the timeout. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. That's two quick fouls for Riley Moss here in the third quarter. So she'll go to the bench as Avery Eagle will check in. And that's three fouls now on Moss. Again, Muskie basketball presented by Rivo Plumbing and Heating, Eastern Iowa Community College, and First National Bank of Muscatine. Our leading scorers from the first half, if you're just joining us, are Anna Wohlers for Assumption with 8 and Zoe Long with 11 for the Muskies. And if you're joining us from the Quad Cities, thanks so much for tuning in. This is the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. Katie Anderson now with the ball in the corner, back to Wardlow, who finds Wohlers, and now here is Dawson trying to isolate Bodie on with Dawson, and Dawson's shot is up and no good. Zillig will drive for the Muskies. No foul. Rebound by Wohlers. Wardlow with the three, no good. Long rebound by Wohlers, who then finds Nige on the baseline. Great find from the senior off the long rebound. And the lead extends to 5 now. And Zoe Long brings it over for the Muskies. To Bodie, to Long. And now Bodie will kick it back to Long. Shot fake. Floater is up and good from Long. That's 13 points now for the senior. Cutting that lead back to one possession. Dorsey will drive right, and she'll draw the foul on Grace Bodie. And that will send Dorsey to the free throw line. Dorsey's first free throw, no good. Dorsey just a 47% free throw shooter on the season. She's attempted now 20 free throws. And she's 10 for 21 on the season. Now Zoe Long will bring it up for the Muskies. Finds Peterson in the post. That entry pass was deflected, though, causing Peterson to come off her block position. And now Bodie with a crossover. To Zillig. And that is intercepted by Dorsey. And that's going to be a jump ball. It'll be Muskie ball as Emma Zillig got back and battled back for the ball. So the Muskies will take over off the alternating possession with 4:50 to go here in the third quarter. And now Zoe Long finds Peterson. Shot fake by Long. She'll drive. Wohlers with the help defense. That leaves Eagle open for three. No good. And rebound by Assumption. Good look there for the Muskie senior. And now Dorsey. Slow it down, finds Nige to Anderson. Dorsey with the up and under move. No good. And that's rebounded by Nige, and that shot is up and good. Now Long to Eagle. Eagle for three. That one no good. Rebound Peterson. And hoop and the harm as Maddie Peterson gets the offensive rebound and is fouled. And she'll have the opportunity for the three-point play the old-fashioned way as the foul will go on number 22, Wohlers. That's her first foul. As the Muskies continue to be right here in this game as Peterson misses the free throw. And now Dorsey will bring it up for Assumption. Anderson at the top of the key for the Knights. Back to Locken. Shot fake by Anderson to Dorsey. Nige into Wohlers. And that's another offensive rebound for Assumption. And the putback is good by Dorsey. Right now, the Knights are doing an outstanding job on the offensive glass, getting second chance opportunities. And the lead goes to 6 with 3 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Peterson with the drive. She is fouled. And she'll go to the free throw line. As Maddie goes to the free throw line, the 60% free throw shooter on the season, makes the first. Meadow Freers now checks in for Avery Eagle. One of 4 6-foot players that the Muskie girls team able to bring in. Meadow Freers. As the Knights set their offense. Lock into Anderson. Over to Nige inside to Wohlers. And that's going to be a timeout called by Tim, Coach Tim with the Assumption Knights. It's a 30-second timeout. Muskie basketball is brought to you by Riots and Rebels Salon and Toyota of Muscatine, along with CBI Bank and Trust, proud supporters of Muskie athletics all season long. 2:32 to play here in the third quarter. It's a 7-point ball game as the Muskies trail the Knights, looking for a big Mississippi Athletic Conference win, or both teams this evening. It was a good post feed into Wohlers with her 10th point of the evening. That's her first basket, though, of the second half. The Muskies have been successful in defending her so far to start the second half. But there was some good down screen action that allowed Wohlers to get to that block position. And they brought the ball around and were able to get her a good look in the post. Frears, Peterson, Long, Bodie, and Zillig on the floor for the Muskies. And now Zoe Long at the top. Zillig. Back to Bodie. Over to Peterson. Dorsey defending Long. To Bodie. Now Bodie off the curl. Back to Zillig. 1:30 to go in the half, or the quarter, excuse me. Now Long at the top of the key. This is a long offensive possession here for the Muskies. Into Frears, skips it back out to Long. Now Zoe Long gets it from Zillig. One of these defensive adjustments has been Dawson Dorsey defending Long. She's a little bit bigger, but a very quick defender. And now a timeout. Susan Orvis, this is a full timeout. We're going to step away for a quick break. You're watching Muskie basketball on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
Almost like it knows when you can least afford.
Another clogged drain?
Lucky for you, Rivo is always standing by. With multiple master plumbers on staff, Rivo not only handles your home-related issues, Rivo will also diagnose and design large-scale commercial piping systems. Family-owned, reliably honest, remarkably affordable. Complete kitchen and bath home improvement technicians. Because Rivo won't rest until your plumbing problems are gone.
And we are back at Muscatine High School. 57.3 seconds to go here in the third quarter as the Muskies trail Assumption by 7 points. And this has already been an extremely long possession for the Muskies. If you're familiar with our broadcasts, I'm a big champion of the shot clock. Right now, Muscatine gets the great shot out of the timeout. 3-point basket presented by First National Bank of Muscatine and Zoe Long. Great action there as a little confusion on defense here from the Muskies results in a missed three-pointer. Rebound Peterson. And now the Muskies again try to cut this into this lead going into the beginning of the fourth quarter. We're at 20 seconds. See if the Muskies look for the last shot here. Bodie on the curl. Long with the shot fake. And now Zillig with the strong drive. Unable to finish, but a great offensive play from Zillig. And that shot is up and no good, and that'll be the end of the third quarter as the Muskies trail 26-30. We'll be back with more action here in the fourth quarter on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
There's no place like home, and Eastern Iowa Community Colleges is our hometown college. With the security we need to explore, learn, and grow, it's the smart choice, always delivering quality, affordability, and flexibility. Because now, more than ever, there's no place like home, and there's no place like Eastern Iowa Community Colleges, the community's college.
You know Rivo as expert plumbers, but did you know Rivo can also be your one source for complete bathroom and kitchen remodels? With professional craftsmen doing the job for more than 30 years, experienced in tile, carpentry, and of course plumbing, Rivo can transform a dreary basement into an elegant bathroom and upgrade a worn-out kitchen using inspirational design and quality brands. Before you stand in line at a big box store, call Rivo Incorporated and see how a hometown professional can refresh and improve your home.
And we're back. It's Muskie basketball on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. Muscatine trailing by 4 here in this Mississippi Athletic Conference basketball action. As the Knights will start with possession to begin this fourth quarter. Dawson Dorsey looking to drive. She gets it back to Wardlow. Back to Dorsey. Wohlers, shot up, no good. Good defense from Maddie Peterson. And now Zoe Long on the secondary break. Gets it back to Bodie, who works it around the perimeter. Emma Zillig in the corner. She drives baseline. Cut off by Locken. Bodie slashes, now Long for three. And that's good. Another three-pointer for Zoe Long, presented by First National Bank of Muscatine. So that makes it a 1-point ball game. It's 7 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Anderson now for three in the corner. That is good. Good ball movement from the Knights. And Katie Anderson with her second three-pointer of the night. And now Long will start it up for the Muskies. Good defense from the Knights. Olivia Wardlow running hard, defending Long on that possession. Now here's Moss. Moss turns the corner. And she's in a bad spot. Timeout. Suze Norvis calls a timeout. This is a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. That timeout protects Muscatine. It was a really tricky situation as Riley Moss found herself in a trap zone with no dribble. Bayer of Muscatine will have our offensive player of the game in our postgame show. Our defensive player of the game will go to an athlete that we select, presented by Eastern Iowa Community College. And Rivo Plumbing and Heating will have our play of the game. This is the Discover Muscatine Sports Network, presented by Pearl City Media. Hy-Vee of Muscatine, proud supporters of Muskie Athletics, along with CBI Bank and Trust. Katie Anderson with a huge three-pointer there for the Knights. She is a 50% three-point shooter for Assumption. And that is a good inbalance play, and that's a big foul on Dorsey, Dawson Dorsey. That's her second. And now Riley Moss will go to the free throw stripe. Moss makes a free throw. And the second free throw no good. Rebounded by Maddie Peterson. One possession ball game here. Shot fake by Zillig. And that's going to be another foul on the Knights. So Emma Zillig will now go to the free throw line. And that's the fourth foul, or excuse me, that's the first foul on Maddie Nige. And Zillig makes the first free throw. Wohlers checks back into the ball game. Zillig makes them both. Now the Muskies will press. It's a 1-point ball game. Katie Anderson finds it in the corner. Gets it back to Moss. Moss defends. Nige in the corner, passes it to Anderson. Anderson to Wardlow, back to Nige. Feeds it into Wohlers in the post. Wohlers now will drive. She's fouled. And we'll go to the free throw line. That's the third foul now on Maddie Peterson with 5:41 to go here in the ball game. Anna Wohlers, just under 70% free throw shooter. She's prolific at getting to the line. 33 free throw attempts, and she makes the first. Now Long inbounds it, and she'll get it back. And Bodie will bring it up the floor for the Muskies. Maddie Peterson drives, kicks it back out to Bodie. Grace Bodie for three, no good. Rebounded though by Riley Moss. And another opportunity here for the Muskies. Now Zillig will drive. They're going to call a double dribble. .5:14 to go here in the fourth quarter. Wardlow to Dorsey. Anderson gets it over to Wardlow. Back to Dorsey. Dorsey one-on-one. Gets to the rim, no good. Rebounded by Zoe Long, who finds Bodie. Good play from the Muskies and the foul. And the Muskies will send Maddie Peterson to the free throw line. And this would be the first lead for the Muskies since the first half. Great pass from Emma Zillig. Catching Assumption, not getting back and trying to half-court trap. And Maddie Peterson goes to the free throw line. And that free throw is good. So the Muskies now lead 35-34 with 4:37 to play here in the fourth quarter. Nige on the wing. To Anderson. It's deflected by Grace Bodie. As someone as myself who really enjoys watching defense, both of these teams, two of the better defensive ball clubs in the conference. And that's a full timeout. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more Muskie basketball on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
Almost like it knows when you can least afford.
Another clogged drain?
Lucky for you, Rivo is always standing by. With multiple master plumbers on staff, Rivo not only handles your home-related issues, Rivo will also diagnose and design large-scale commercial piping systems. Family-owned, reliably honest, remarkably affordable. Complete kitchen and bath home improvement technicians. Because Rivo won't rest until your plumbing problems are gone.
And we are back here at the fourth quarter, and the Muskies have taken the lead now. It's 35-34, Muscatine leading Davenport Assumption. It's Katie Anderson. Excuse me, this is Jess Wardlow running the offense. Over to Katie Anderson. Olivia Wardlow, Wohlers, Anderson, Nige, and Jess Wardlow in the ball game here for Assumption. And for the Muskies, it's Long, Bodie, and there's a foul before the shot. Long, Bodie, Zillig, Freers, and Peterson in for the Muskies right now. That's the fourth foul here on Moss. And Dorsey back into the ball game for the Knights. Dorsey misses the layup and rebound by Maddie Peterson. Now Long will set up the Muskie offense. Zillig at the top of the key. Back to Moss. Moss able to keep the dribble alive. Long with the runner, no good, but she's fouled. That will send Zoe Long to the free throw line. Can't not celebrate Moss keeping her dribble enough on that hard hedge by Dorsey. And able to keep that play alive, and now Zoe Long goes to the free throw line and misses the first free throw. 3:11 to go here in the fourth quarter. As Locken will check back into the ball game for the Knights. Second free throw is good for Long. 2-point lead for the Muskies as Dorsey will bring it up for Assumption. Dorsey gets the high screen from Wohlers. Back to Dorsey. Long pass, stolen by Moss. Really good front side defense on the post there by the Muskies. Zillig at the top of the key into Peterson. Now Bodie with the take, and she finishes at the rim. 38-34, Muskies now with a 4-point lead. Peterson defends Wohlers. They get it inside. Wohlers unable to finish, but she'll go to the free throw line. That'll be the fourth foul on Maddie Peterson. Wohlers with 11 points. Really been an emphasis for this Knight offense to get it inside the 22 as she makes the first free throw. And now Jessie Wardlow will check in for Assumption. Second free throw for Wohlers is good. So still a 2-point lead for Muscatine, 2:13 left to play. As Long is picked up at half court by Olivia Wardlow. Bodie for three. No good. Rebound Peterson. And Peterson will reset this offense for the Muskies. Bodie defended by Anderson. Under 2 to play here in the fourth quarter. So Muskies trying to execute their offense, and that's how you do it. Drive and pass. Fantastic two-man game from Zillig to Peterson. That's 10 now for Maddie Peterson. A minute 24 to play. And they're going to call a foul. That'll be Emma Zillig's first foul. That will send Olivia Wardlow to the free throw line. Assumption will call a timeout. It's a full timeout, so we'll take a break as well. You're watching Muskie basketball on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
There's no place like home, and Eastern Iowa Community Colleges is our hometown college. With the security we need to explore, learn, and grow, it's the smart choice, always delivering quality, affordability, and flexibility. Because now, more than ever, there's no place like home, and there's no place like Eastern Iowa Community Colleges, the community's college.
You know Rivo as expert plumbers, but did you know Rivo can also be your one source for complete bathroom and kitchen remodels? With professional craftsmen doing the job for more than 30 years, experienced in tile, carpentry, and of course plumbing, Rivo can transform a dreary basement into an elegant bathroom and upgrade a worn-out kitchen using inspirational design and quality brands. Before you stand in line at a big box store, call Rivo Incorporated and see how a hometown professional can refresh and improve your home.
And welcome back to Muscatine High School as the Muscatine Muskies lead the Assumption Knights 40-36 with a minute 21 to go. Olivia Wardlow at the free throw line for the Knights. First free throw no good of the one-on-one, and that's rebounded by Riley Moss. And Zoe Long will set up this Muskie offense as now Riley gets it back to Bodie. Bodie to Moss. Assumption really extending this defense, looking to trap and be aggressive here. And now Bodie able to find Zillig in the corner. The Muskies handling it right now. As now Dorsey defends Moss. Back to Bodie. A little game of keep away going on right now, and they foul Moss. Now will be 1-1, so the Muskies will go to the free throw line as Riley Moss goes to shoot. With 38.4 seconds to go here in the ball game. Now Riley Moss goes to the free throw line. That first free throw is no good. And so it'll be Assumption ball. Now Dorsey. The clock continues to tick here, under 30 seconds. Dorsey, layup no good. Offensive rebound, Katie Anderson now for three, and she hits it. Her third three of the ball game. Makes it a 1-point game. 20 seconds to go. Timeout here. Another full timeout, but we'll leave it right here. Assumption able to get it to a 1-point game here. And now it's the chess match of trying to keep your top free throw shooters with the ball in their hands if you're Muscatine. And now it's also the Assumption chess match of figuring out how to set up a defense, funneling the ball into the free throw shooters on your scouting report that you are most comfortable with shooting in the situation, because it is a 1-1. So with the opportunity for a rebound off a missed free throw, and look for very little time to go off the clock. As there's 20.1 seconds to go in this ball game. As the Muskies inbound to Long. Long finds Bodie, who gets up to Zillig, and Zillig gets fouled with 14.3 seconds. Good execution by the Muskies to take more time off the clock. And so full timeout here. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with more Muskie basketball on Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
Almost like it knows when you can least afford.
Another clogged drain?
Lucky for you, Rivo is always standing by. With multiple master plumbers on staff, Rivo not only handles your home-related issues, Rivo will also diagnose and design large-scale commercial piping systems. Family-owned, reliably honest, remarkably affordable. Complete kitchen and bath home improvement technicians. Because Rivo won't rest until your plumbing problems are gone.
Welcome back to the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. Joel Krausar as Emma Zillig goes to the free throw line to shoot a 1-and-1. First free throw is good from Zillig. It's a 2-point lead with 14.3 seconds to go. This free throw would push it to 3. And that free throw is long, but rebounded by now Zillig off the tap out. They get it to Zoe Long. So fantastic play there by Maddie Peterson to back tap it back to the guards. Emma Zillig gets the rebound, finds Zoe Long, who will now go to the free throw line. Substitution now for Assumption as Naiji checks back into the game. Zoe Long goes to the free throw line, the senior. Some discussion now here from the officials coordinating. So and so the foul, they actually changed who the foul was on. It's on number 30, Olivia Wardlow. Long, this is the first free throw. As Katie Anderson, shot is blocked. Rebound Peterson, and that's the ball game, folks. Huge block shot there at the end. As the Muskies come back and defeat the Knights of Assumption 41-39. It was a really exciting first end of this boy-girl doubleheader here at Muscatine High School tonight. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with our post-game show here on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
There's no place like home, and Eastern Iowa Community Colleges is our hometown college. With the security we need to explore, learn, and grow, it's the smart choice. Always delivering quality, affordability, and flexibility. Because now, more than ever, there's no place like home. And there's no place like Eastern Iowa Community Colleges, the community's college.
You know Rivo as expert plumbers, but did you know Rivo can also be your one source for complete bathroom and kitchen remodels? With professional craftsmen doing the job for more than 30 years, experienced in tile, carpentry, and of course plumbing, Rivo can transform a dreary basement into an elegant bathroom and upgrade a worn-out kitchen using inspirational design and quality brands. Before you stand in line at a big box store, call Rivo Incorporated and see how a hometown professional can refresh and improve your home.
At First National Bank, we strive to provide the best customer service both in person and online. Our mobile wallet offers you great features within our mobile app. Card controls, alerts, digital receipts. Mobile wallet is a free feature in our mobile app. Check it out today.
Almost like it knows when you can least afford.
Another clogged drain?
Lucky for you, Rivo is always standing by. With multiple master plumbers on staff, Rivo not only handles your home-related issues, Rivo will also diagnose and design large-scale commercial piping systems. Family-owned, reliably honest, remarkably affordable. Complete kitchen and bath home improvement technicians. Because Rivo won't rest until your plumbing problems are gone.
There's no place like home, and Eastern Iowa Community Colleges is our hometown college. With the security we need to explore, learn, and grow, it's the smart choice, always delivering quality, affordability, and flexibility. Because now, more than ever, there's no place like home, and there's no place like Eastern Iowa Community Colleges, the community's college.
You know Rivo as expert plumbers, but did you know Rivo can also be your one source for complete bathroom and kitchen remodels? With professional craftsmen doing the job for more than 30 years, experienced in tile, carpentry, and of course plumbing, Rivo can transform a dreary basement into an elegant bathroom and upgrade a worn-out kitchen using inspirational design and quality brands. Before you stand in line at a big box store, call Rivo Incorporated and see how a hometown professional can refresh and improve your home.
At First National Bank, we strive to provide the best customer service both in person and online. Our mobile wallet offers you great features within our mobile app. Card controls, alerts, digital receipts. Mobile wallet is a free feature in our mobile app. Check it out.
Welcome back. It's doubleheader action here on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. Joel Krausar on the call here. And the Muskie girls with a huge win, a 41-39 victory over the Davenport Assumption Knights. They had to battle their way back. They were able to do so. And off the shoulders of 20 points from Muskie's senior Zoe Long and some outstanding defensive efforts. Our post-game awards for that ball game. Our Rivo Plumbing and Heating play of the game with 54 seconds left in the ball game. Muscatine able to run the secondary break, and Emma Zillick finds Maddie Peterson for the go-ahead layup, and the Muskies didn't look back after that point. A fantastic execution of their offense as the Muskies broke the trap and were able to have senior to senior, Zillick to Peterson, and that is your Rivo Plumbing and Heating play of the game. Our Eastern Iowa Community College defensive player of the game, this was going to be Grace Bodie. She had 4 steals in the ball game, was a lockdown defender the entire game. But then I have to go ahead and give it to Riley Moss, who at the buzzer blocked the three-point shot that would have been the game-winning shot from Katie Anderson, who was perfect on the night from 3 points. So there's no reason to believe she wasn't going to continue her hot shooting. But Riley Moss able to rise up and block the three-pointer as time expired, giving Muscatine the 41-39 victory. And then our offensive player of the game, presented by Bear of Muscatine, goes to Zoe Long. 20 points for the senior. The future Wartburg Knight defeats the Assumption Knights with 20 points and tremendous leadership from her point guard position. We're going to take another quick break. We're hoping to actually be able to have an interview here with Zoe Long, waiting for her to come out of the locker room with Coach Susan Orvis giving the post-game discussion. So we'll be back with an interview here with Zoe Long shortly, and then after that we'll break down this boys game as Assumption and Muscatine are warming up now for that tip-off.
Almost like it knows when you can least afford.
Another clogged drain?
Lucky for you, Rivo is always standing by. With multiple master plumbers on staff, Rivo not only handles your home-related issues, Rivo will also diagnose and design large-scale commercial piping systems. Family-owned, reliably honest, remarkably affordable. Complete kitchen and bath home improvement technicians. Because Rivo won't rest until your plumbing problems are gone.
There's no place like home, and Eastern Iowa Community Colleges is our hometown college. With the security we need to explore, learn, and grow, it's the smart choice, always delivering quality, affordability, and flexibility. Because now, more than ever, there's no place like home, and there's no place like Eastern Iowa Community Colleges, the community's college.
You know Rivo as expert plumbers, but did you know Rivo can also be your one source for complete bathroom and kitchen remodels? With professional craftsmen doing the job for more than 30 years, experienced in tile, carpentry, and of course plumbing, Rivo can transform a dreary basement into an elegant bathroom and upgrade a worn-out kitchen using inspirational design and quality brands. Before you stand in line at a big box store, call Rivo Incorporated and see how a hometown professional can refresh and improve your home.
At First National Bank, we strive to provide the best customer service both in person and online. Our mobile wallet offers you great features within our mobile app: card controls, alerts, digital receipts. Mobile wallet is a free feature in our mobile app. Check it out today.
Almost like it knows when you can least afford.
Another clogged drain?
Lucky for you, Rivo is always standing by. With multiple master plumbers on staff, Rivo not only handles your home-related issues, Rivo will also diagnose and design large-scale commercial piping systems. Family-owned, reliably honest, remarkably affordable. Complete kitchen and bath home improvement technicians. Because Rivo won't rest until your plumbing problems are gone.
And we're back. It's Muscatine High School basketball. Boy-girl doubleheader. The Muskie girls just defeated Davenport Assumption 41-39. Still waiting on what we hope to be able to have an interview here with Zoe Long. We may catch her, later on, maybe at halftime of the boys' game. It's a boy-girl doubleheader, and it's a little bit of a bittersweet evening this evening here in Muscatine, as tonight was initially, in a typical year, was going to be the Muscatine Booster Club Cake Auction. This is an annual event that unfortunately is not able to take place this year because of many of the restrictions and safety precautions that are necessary with the COVID-19 pandemic and precautions that the state. We have limited number of seating available, and what is usually an enormous community event is unable to take place tonight. However, I'm asking whether you are a Davenport Assumption fan or a Muscatine fan, please reach out to your local booster clubs. While they may not be able to execute their typical fundraisers on this 2020-2021 season and academic year, the need is still there as we see these sports have still moved forward. Many of these booster club dollars actually help pay for uniforms. They pay for equipment in your arts departments in our communities. So if you're listening to my voice, and typically you're someone who donates to the booster club, say at a major fundraising event like the cake auction, which we'll be having tonight, pick up the phone on Monday. Contact your local high school activities department and find the Booster Club contact. Find a way where you could still contribute those monies that go directly back to the students who are participating in athletics and activities in our school. One thing that I will always say, and I will always be a champion of, is these kids choose to spend their time wearing our communities on their chest and wearing the colors of our schools, whether they are public or private. Their choice is to not necessarily work the extra hours in a part-time job, not to work on that extra, they still have to complete all of their academic rigor the same as any other student. In fact, many of these students perform at a higher level academically, but the hours that these young men and women put into these endeavors of athletics and activities need to continue to be supported. They often are called extracurricular activities. I would argue that most of these are co-curricular activities, and they make us better as a community, the pride that we're able to take. So we are not able to have a cake auction tonight, but I ask you and I challenge you to still find a way to contribute to your local community's Booster Club by reaching out to your schools on Monday. We are joined now by Zoe Long, our offensive player of the game. Zoe, the senior guard with 20 points. And you can just right there, they've got you here on the camera. Zoe, you know, this was a big game. You guys were down much of this game, were able to battle back there in the fourth quarter. What does that say about you guys as a team? This is, you know, several games this season have all been close, so you've been able to find your way back to win. What do you have to say about your fellow teammates?
Yeah, I think we were just, we had a lot of confidence in ourselves down the stretch, and just making the key plays down the stretch and getting rebounds was really good.
You know, defensively, they really had a creative game plan to overplay, and you guys, especially at the end of that fourth quarter, were able to find Maddie down in the post. You know, it seemed like you guys weren't pressing and forcing shots. You were working your system.
Yeah, we really wanted to get the ball down when they were in foul trouble. Maddie was having a good game, so if we got to the rim, it would have been good for us.
So you were able to get 20 points. You know, you 11 in the first half. That's you average 11 a game. When pregame warm-up, shoot around, did you know that you were kind of feeling it if you got your open looks?
Yeah, I've been shooting a lot lately, just working on my shot, so just having confidence in myself was good.
What's it like with a tremendous defender like Dorsey? You know, when you see them switch over and she's defending, well, what goes off in your mind as a shooter? What do you have some tricks that you know you got to work to try to get open?
Yeah, I think just taking him down in the paint and cutting hard to get open is really good. And if I'm not open, I know one of my teammates are.
That's got to be a great feeling when you see Riley Moss block that shot at the end of the game, to know when the clock's going to expire with Anderson, who is such a hot shooter, going into that shot.
Yeah, it was really good that she blocked that shot. She's a really good shooter, so just knowing that she wasn't going to get the shot off was nice.
Zoe, thanks so much for joining us. Congratulations, big win. It's always fun to beat Assumption. I know it's a big rival. A great job tonight. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Zoe Long, senior for Muscatine. 20 points tonight, offensive player of the game, presented by Bear of Muscatine. Fantastic effort by her and her teammates as the Muscatine Muskie girls defeat Davenport Assumption 41-39. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with some boys basketball here as the Muskies and Assumption look to take on one another. And welcome back to Muscatine High School as we are about to go underway here with the Muskies hosting Davenport Assumption on the boys' side, as it is a varsity contest between Davenport Assumption and Muscatine. We can hear shortly with your starting lineups. Boy-girl doubleheader night. Muskies won the first tip-off here, as the Muskies boys team coming off a victory. The Muskies are 6-6 coming into this ball game. Assumption 10-3, and the Assumption Knights starting lineups will be starting the senior guard Dane Hodge, junior Jay Costello getting the start tonight, Matt Tallman, senior. J.J. Stratman, the number 20, he's a junior. And then Tyler Marrow, another senior. Tyler Marrow, an offensive line recruit for Assumption, I believe, heading to Iowa State University. And again, we will maybe see Amarion Ellis tonight for Assumption, the future University of Texas basketball player. Starting for the Muskies, number 1, Braden Hufford, the junior, along with number 4, Reed Olsis. And then number 11, Dante Lee back in the starting lineup. And then Noah Yan, the senior, number 22, followed by number 6, 7, number 32, Josh Diekman, the senior. So the Muskies looking to continue to build off of their momentum. They've been playing much better basketball lately. And we already had the national anthem, so we will move right into the tip-off as Tyler Marrow will jump against Diekman. Muscatine led by Noah Yan, their leading scorer at 12 per game. Dane Hodge leading the way for Assumption with 11.5 points per game. And Muscatine controls the tip. Hufford starts the Muskie offense. Over to Yan. Yan inside to Diekman. Diekman with the jumper, and that's good. Reverse pivot jumper by Josh Diekman. Fast start for the Muskies. Morrow has at the top of the key. He works it around. Costello in the corner inside to Morrow. He's back out to Hodge. Hodge over to Tallman. That ball is loose. Saved by the Knights. And now Stratman will throw it away. It'll be Muscatine basketball. So the turnover for Assumption gives the ball back to the Muskies. Assumption coached by Matt Fitzpatrick and Joe Ewan along with Kevin Cron. Whereas the Muskies are coached by John Wyndham and Joel Witchers. Wyndham, his 3rd year as head coach of this Muscatine program. Hufford takes it at the top of the key, defended by Tallman. Lee on the wing. Gets it back to Hufford. Hufford drives, tries to find Diekman. Marrow secures the loose ball. And now Tallman will bring it up for the Knights. Marrow to Costello. Costello now off the curl screen to Hodge. Hodge with a strong take. There's a foul. It's going to be on Dante Lee, his first. Muscatine leading here early on with a 2-0 lead. Josh Diekman with a jumper to start the game off. Stratman back to Costello. 3 from Tallman is good. And now Hufford will bring it up for the Muskies. Hufford to Diekman. Now Diekman to Olsis. Olsis drives, kicks it out to Yan. Yan gets the shot up, no good. Rebound by Costello. Costello gets it to Marrow at the high post. Costello into the lane and paint with a little teardrop runner. Costello for 2. 5-2 is the lead now for the Knights. Dante Lee in the corner. Over to Hufford. Hufford back to Yan. Yan tries to get to the rim. Contact but no foul. As Hodge runs the break. Finds Costello in the corner. Rebound Lee. Hufford gets it to Lee. Lee defended by Tallman. Lee baseline. Good feed to Olsis. Olsis able to finish. Great pass from Dante Lee. Hodge to Merrow. Tallman finds Stratman. Fadeaway jumper, good. Nice move there from J.J. Stratman. Lead back to 3 for Assumption. Muscatine being patient on offense. Now Lee on the wing. Lee has it stolen as Merrow is across the timeline. Good court awareness. Stratman shot fake. Regroups that 3, no good. Rebound Lee. Stolen again, that time by Costello. And thrown away. And I do believe I do see Amarion Ellis in street clothes with maybe a cast on his wrist. So I don't know that we will not be seeing him tonight. So the Assumption Knights are without Ellis. I apologize if that is public knowledge that I missed in my research for this game. But Amarion Ellis not available for the Knights tonight as Dante Lee gets the ball on the wing. Waker Clare now in for the Muskies. Clare, Diekman, Hufford, Olsis, and Lee on the floor. And there's a steal. There's Tallman with the lay-in. And a 30-second timeout here for the Muskies as Coach Wyndham wants to regroup, make his players aware of some of the defensive philosophies here that Assumption is executing. Active hands in the passing lane, something that Matt Fitzpatrick's teams are known for. One of the better defensive game plans we see year in and year out in the Mississippi Athletic Conference against Fitzpatrick, the former St. Ambrose star, as well as Assumption all-conference and all-state guard. Lots of coaching experience as well. I'm extremely familiar with Matt Fitzpatrick, having played football and basketball against him most of my life. He was just a year older than me. As Hufford finds Olsis. Olsis up and good. Cuts that lead down to 3. Hodge. 3 ball up, no good. That's Noah Mack who's checked in for the Knights. Hodge, Mack, Tallman, Stratman, and Owen Hamill on the floor for the Knights. Waker Clare drives, and that'll be another turnover on the Muskies. As it'll be Assumption ball as Noah Yan checks back into the ball game for Muscatine. Hodge will bring it up for Assumption. Back to Mack. Mack to Hamill. Shot fake by Stratman. Stratman takes it in. He's fouled. That's going to go on Waker Clare, his first foul, and send Stratman to the line. Stratman misses the first free throw. Stratman on the season, a 51% free throw shooter. Excuse me, 82%. 51% field goal percentage, 82% free throw percentage. Makes the second. And now Diekman will try to bring it up for the Muskies as Hufford will get it across the timeline. Active hands again in the passing lane as Mack deflects it out of bounds. Jan will inbounds for the Muskies. Thank you for joining us on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network as another defensive dig out here. That'll be a jump ball, and it will be Assumption ball as Jay Costello able to dig out the ball out of Hufford's hands and creates the turnover. Now Dante Lee back in for the Muskies. He'll check in for Hufford. Tallman will bring it up the floor for the Knights. Tallman, Mack, Hamill, Costello, and now Finn Oppenheimer in for the Knights. Three-point basket made by Noah Mack. Extends the lead to 7 now for Assumption. Waker Claire on the wing. As Claire able to finish. Strong move from the senior. Minute to play here in the first quarter. Hamill. Over to Mack. To Tolman. The pace of Assumption's offense. You see why they rotate so many players. Oppenheimer for 3, and that is good. As Jan gets it to Lee. Lee drives. Kicks it back out to Jan. Waker Claire for 3. That's short. Rebound by Olsis. Olsis with the bucket and the foul. As the senior, Reed Olsis, will go to the free throw line. Matt Tolman called for the foul, his first. And Merrow will check back into the ball game. Olsis makes the free throw. Trevor Diedrichs checks in for the Muskies. 20.6 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Muscatine trying to keep this lead from expanding. Tallman kicks it back out to Mack. Mack to Costello in the corner. Air ball, rebound Claire. And that'll be the end of the first quarter as the Muskies trail 11-16. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more Muskie basketball on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
There's no place like home, and Eastern Iowa Community Colleges is our hometown college. With the security we need to explore, learn, and grow, it's the smart choice, always delivering quality, affordability, and flexibility. Because now, more than ever, there's no place like home. And there's no place like Eastern Iowa Community Colleges, the community's college.
You know Rivo as expert plumbers, but did you know Rivo can also be your one source for complete bathroom and kitchen remodels? With professional craftsmen doing the job for more than 30 years, experienced in tile, carpentry, and of course plumbing, Rivo can transform a dreary basement into an elegant bathroom and upgrade a worn-out kitchen using inspirational design and quality brands. Before you stand in line at a big box store, call Rivo Incorporated and see how a hometown professional can refresh and improve your home.
We're back for the beginning of the second quarter. Joel Krausar and the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. It's boy-girl doubleheader. We're in game 2 as the Muskie girls defeated Assumption 41-39 in game 1. The Muskie boys now trail Assumption 11-16 here at the beginning of the second quarter. On the floor for the Muskies, Waker Claire, who has the ball right now. He's in some trouble. He's able to find Noah Yan, but they do call a 5-second call. And that'll be a turnover against the Muskies. Tenacious defense from Matt Fitzpatrick's Assumption Knights. The hallmark of this Assumption program. Again, they are without Amarion Ellis, the future Texas Longhorn, who is in street clothes tonight. And Tyler Merrow misses the layup, but that's stolen by Tolman. He has been ferocious on the defensive side of the ball tonight. Another steal and bucket for Matt Tolman. Braden Hufford gets it to Dante Lee. Finds Waker Clare. Clare unable to get the entry pass. Good defense by Merrow. That's a travel. Much to the approval of this Muscatine fan base, who has had a feeling of a couple travels tonight. They finally get the call they've been looking for, as that will be a turnover and it will be Muscatine ball. As Braden Hufford will bring it up the floor for the Muskies. Gets it to senior Noah Yan. Lee now on the wing. There's Tolman again, finding the passing lane. Great anticipation from that young man. And another 30-second timeout here from Muskie head coach John Wyndham. .640 to go here in the second quarter. 7-point lead for Assumption, as they look to try to extend their lead. The Muskies doing a nice job offensively early of getting the ball into the paint. But right now, Assumption just running passing lanes, making it very difficult for the Muskies to move the ball. And now on the floor for Muscatine is Hufford, Jan, Lee, Diekman, and Ulsis, as Dante Lee gets it to Hufford. Now Dante Lee drives. He gets to the rim and finishes. And that's an element that he brings to this Muscatine team. He's missed some games with injury, but his ability to score off the dribble, a huge asset to this Muscatine attack. Stratman inside to Merrow. Merrow jump hook, no good. Mack able to jump the passing lane and deflect it out of bounds. For Assumption, Mack, Hodge, Tolman, Merrow, and Stratman, as Tolman defends Hufford. Matt Tolman creating problems, and along with Mack. Both Mack and Tolman all have deflections here in the last 4 or 5 possessions. Josh Diekman, he drives on Merrow, and he's able to get to the rim. Now that is where Diekman does have an advantage. Merrow, a fantastic athlete, heading to Iowa State to play offensive line. What he doesn't have is the same first step that Josh Diekman has. Both tall players, but Diekman has that quickness advantage, and it could be able to exploit that if Muscatine's able to isolate. Mack now has it at the top of the key. Stratman. Back to Mack. Mack drives on Ulsis. Kicks it back to Stratman. Now Mack for 3, and good. Another 3-pointer for Assumption. They lead by 6 now with 5 minutes to play in the first half. Braden Hufford brings the ball across. Gets it to Diekman. Diekman, good pass to Jan, who's able to finish. Senior to senior, the lefty able to finish underneath the rim. Noah Jan, his first bucket of the night. Hodge back to Merrow. No good, rebound Jan. Jan now finds Diekman. Diekman with a hard foul, gets fouled hard there at the rim. And so Tyler Merrow called for the foul. And Diekman still down. Athletic training staff now has come to him. With 4:34 to play in the half, hopefully everything's okay with Josh Diekman. We're going to step away. Actually, no, we're going to stay right here as they are helping Diekman to his feet. Now, because athletic training staff did have to come onto the floor, I believe he does have to check out of the game. And so that will give the Muskies an opportunity to substitute in a player. And now Waker Clare checks in, so Waker Clare will go to the free throw line. And Clare misses the first free throw. And now Costello will check in for Mero. Clare makes the second free throw. It's 18 now, 20-21. Muscatine trailing by one possession. Matt Tallman brings it up for the Knights. J.J. Stratman at the top of the key. This is Noah Mack. Stratman now back to Mack. Mack drives baseline. That's blocked by Olsis. And they call the foul on Waker Clare. So Olsis was clean up top. They called Clare with contact some other place. So Noah Mack makes the first free throw. And now Diedrichs will check in for Clare. That's 2 fouls now on Waker Clare. 3 team fouls on the Muskies. Mack makes the second free throw. And now Assumption extends into a 2-2-1 press. As Hufford finds it back to Diedrich. Who gets it across the timeline, gets it out of the trap. Finds Noah Jan. Now Diedrich at the top of the key. Dante Lee for 2 on the baseline drive. Hodge sets up the offense. Finds Tallman in the corner. Shot up, no good. Rebound, Diedrich. Diedrich to Hufford, and Muscatine sets their offense. Noah Jan. He's tied up. That's going to be a jump ball. It'll be Assumption ball. 3:29 to play here in the first half. Josh Diekman has returned from the locker room. And he's heading to the scorer's table. So Josh Diekman about ready to check back in after taking the hard foul from Tyler Mero just a few minutes ago. So that's a good sign for the Muskies. Muskie defense now trying to create the turnover. There's Costello for 3. Shot up, no good. Rebound, Hufford. And Mack able to poke it out from behind. And Tallman secures the ball. Over to Mack. Back to Tallman. Tallman to Hodge. Stratman with the shot fake. Hodge with the deep 3, and that's good. Dane Hodge with a big 3-pointer as the lead extends back to 6 for Assumption. Reed Olsis now gets it to Jan. Jan, curl cut, strong take, no good. Offensive rebound tip, no good. Rebound by Stratman, and here come the Knights. Tallman to Stratman, over to Mack. Assumption continues to work it around the perimeter. Loose ball. Mack able to find it. Good pass to Stratman for the layup. Great effort by the Muskie defense. The Knights just able to capitalize on the scramble. As Dante Lee isolates. Gets to Hufford. Hufford shot up and good. Teardrop good from Braden Hufford. Makes it back to a 6-point game. Hodge runner up, no good. Rebound Diedrichs. Braden Hufford now gets it to Jan. Into Olsis. Back to Hufford for three. That three is good. Shooter's roll. 3-point basket presented by First National Bank of Muscatine. And timeout, Assumption. 30-second timeout. Matt Fitzpatrick wants to talk to his charges as the Muskies making a little run there, getting it back to a 3-point ball game. 1 minute, 4 seconds to go here in the first half. As the Muskies with a huge shot from Braden Hufford. Muskie basketball presented by Rivo Plumbing and Heating, Bear of Muscatine, and Eastern Iowa Community College. Also supported by Riots and Rebels Salon, Toyota of Muscatine, and Bickford Senior Living. Thank you for joining us on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. Don't forget to download the Discover Muscatine Apple or Android app and get free access to the most exclusive Muscatine content. Muskie Sports, Muscatine Today with Ashley Lovelace, local news and Muscatine living content from contributor Tallman.